What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk about why I stopped collecting Nike SBs and Jordans and why I'm just starting to wear my shoes. A long time ago, I used to always watch sneaker reviews. I would spend my entire Saturday trying to watch people unbox sneakers, and it's what I essentially fell in love with. I would always watch, guys like Franelation, shout out to you, you're like an OG. And I watched these guys, unbox some of these shoes that at the time I thought were really cool. And obviously nowadays, when you look at the prices of some of these shoes, it's crazy for how expensive they actually are going for. At the time, I wish I would have invested in them, obviously to make money. How sneakerheads have almost taken away from like what shoes are actually meant for and like the culture of shoes that we currently have. That I really want to talk about is the skunk Nike SB, and I'll show a photo of that right next to my face. I was able to go and pick that up. I probably had a size like 8 or 9 men's at the time, and it was such a dope shoe. It was something that I've never seen before. The material was unlike anything. I mean, obviously it had really interesting colors that weren't super common, you could say, for a lot of shoes. What I really liked about it was that it was one of those shoes that I feel like you were meant to collect it, but even if you wore it, people would be like, yo, that is such a sick shoe. And so for years, I wore it. I had it in middle school, had it in high school, and I finally decided to sell it because it was selling for, like maybe $400 or $500. And this kid from high school bought it for me. And one thing that I kind of realized after I sold it was I had this major regret about selling my shoes. And the big regret that I had was that was a shoe that I really loved, and I allowed money to kind of dictate my choice in, buying the shoe itself, and that's something that really upset me. And that started to happen with a lot of shoes that I had where, I would buy them, and then because the market was so high, I would sell them. And in high school, I preferred money over shoes, which looking back, I truly regret selling a lot of the shoes that I had. I had anywhere from the Nike SB, Tiffany lows. I mean, I had everything, and I sold a lot of it. So, moving forward into the future, probably when I was 21 years old, I started getting back into buying Nike SBs. So I would go on GOAT, I would look for used Nike SBs, and if I would find a good price, I would buy it because the market wasn't super high and saturated as it is now. And I was able to buy some really good shoes. I bought the Nike SB Ferris Bueller's, the Nike SB UNC's. I just had like a bunch. I was buying a bunch of the classics, like the Nike SB Gibson. You don't know that shoe? It's essentially like a Gibson guitar inside of a leather wrap. It's one of the craziest shoes that I've ever seen in my life, but it was so cool, and people were always like, yo, that's a cool shoe. But I sold them again, and I made the same mistake as I did before, where I decided to sell my shoes for money. In hindsight, I may have needed the money at the time, but looking back now, that would have been really nice to have those shoes, and it was a big part of my life, like watching sneaker videos and things that my friends would talk about. And I think what's really upsetting is if you're a young person, you're buying shoes and you really enjoy wearing the shoes, and when you wear them, you feel better. That's part of the culture itself, and because the market is so saturated right now, people are willing to sell all of their shoes and just kind of profit off of it. And I feel like it's just taking away from the culture that we once loved. And really, the only people that can buy sneakers that people want are the ones who are either really rich or just resellers, or people who pay other people to go pick up their shoes. And it's really taken away from just why shoes were made in the first place. And I think that's something that is just super upsetting, and I'm really upset about it. I watch, a lot of sneaker influencers, which again, I hate that word, but they'll try to sell shoes online because obviously they have a big name, but also they're essentially causing the market and causing people to sell their shoes because they realize that they're resellers and they can make a lot of money off, you know, buying a shoe for low and selling it for high. And again, it just takes away from the culture of, you know, wearing some of these Jordans, wearing some of these Nikes. It's really upsetting. And I don't know if that's ever going to change, to be honest with you, because I feel like once people realize that there's money to be made from something, it doesn't really, like, people aren't going to stop, and they're only going to exploit it even more. For me personally, I've kind of stopped collecting shoes. I really, you know, if I buy a shoe that I really want, I'll buy it, but then I wear it, and I'm done selling shoes, trying to make money off of them. I'm just done with that, because I've been upset so many times. Like a month after I sell the shoe, I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I decide to sell my shoes that I really loved? And even if it was for a good price, was it really worth it? And most of the time it wasn't worth it. I just wanted money. But let me know what you guys think. Is it a good thing with what's going on right now, the fact that people are able to profit off reselling shoes, or is this something that is just, you know, a part of sneaker culture now? It's just reselling. I'm just upset about it. I just don't know where we're heading with, you know, the sneaker community. I feel like there used to be a lot more sneaker, you know, reviewers, people who would review Nike SBs. It was just much more of a culture, and, you know, you'd see like collection videos, and I just feel like now it's all about money. Like, that's all that it's about. You have guys who, you know, like Cam's Kicks or like Crew TV, and I just feel like they're kind of like tarnishing the name of sneakers, you know. Like, there's so many reselling channels now where all it is just a business to a lot of these people. And I understand that's, you know, it's a part of sneakers in general, but it's kind of changed a lot, which is unfortunate. There's only one reseller on YouTube that I actually like respect, and I think they're doing it the right way, is Top Shelf Kicks, out of Caldwell, New Jersey. They're just good guys, super like kind of original. They're always themselves, but they understand the culture behind shoes, and I think that's a big part that's being lost right now. And I would hate to see that kind of fall away, and I feel like it's already starting to, and I'm not really sure of a solution to fix it, because whenever I wear shoes now, it's never a question of, oh, those are so cool, or like, where did you find them? It's always about how much did you pay for them. And that wasn't something when I was growing up that like people asked, like, that had nothing to do with it, you know. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think what's going on in the sneaker market is okay? Do you think things need to change? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.